What happened to Vevo? I actually want to know this.
It seems like just yesterday, every single musician had Vevo in their YouTube channel name, Vevo in the bottom left of their videos, and there were even YouTubers putting Vevo on their diss tracks because it made them look more official. But this has left people with a few questions.
Yeah, this is crazy. When I used to put like something like this on my music videos that I used to release, but I didn't put like Vevo. I actually put something like new video, but I used like a similar typography to actually seems like it's something from Vevo, but it's actually not. Because as an artist, I always wanted to have a Vevo account, but anyway, this never happened.
Made them look more official. But this has left people with a few questions like, what even is Vevo? Why was their name on every single YouTube video? And whatever happened to it? Well, it turns out that Vevo was a big scheme cooked up by the music industry that eventually failed. So to understand that, we gotta go back to Vevo's inception. Vevo was created back in 2008, when the music industry was recovering
2008.
from quite a few problems.
I think this was the worst time to actually be an artist, because nobody was buying CDs anymore, and we have like people downloading music without paying to the artist, because streaming that pays the artist like Spotify right now, this didn't exist that time. So I think this was the worst time to actually make a profit with music.
See, back in the day, music videos used to be aired on TV, on platforms like MTV, NBC, and more. This way,
MTV was huge.
the producers and artists could get money directly from the networks and their advertisers.
I actually miss MTV. You should have a video, what happened to MTV?
Then the internet came in and disrupted everything. CDs and records were being replaced by illegal file sharing services like Napster and LimeWire. Because
nobody was like paying for CDs anymore. And I used to like actually to buy CDs. I have a lot of CDs to these days. But people was actually, you have a software. Right now, this doesn't even exist anymore because we have streaming and we have YouTube. But that time, there are softwares that you could download any song that you wanted. So you just search the song and you could download it to your phone, MP4, and whatever you want to listen. So every artist, they wasn't selling CDs anymore, and they wasn't making like money from streaming because the streaming apps didn't exist on 2009. So yeah, it was hard.
Why would you buy something when you can just get it for free? So as you may know, this made the music industry not very profitable. Things like Spotify and iTunes were just coming out, so the industry hadn't really figured out how to make money. That's why they came together and created Vevo. Universal Music Group and Sony Music Entertainment both got together in an evil corporate fashion and created Video Evolution, or Vevo for short. If those names sound familiar, that's because UMG and Sony are two of the big three record labels, which means that these three labels own pretty much every other smaller label. They thought that by creating Vevo, they could find a way to monetize music videos, and they did.
What we're trying to do is quite simple, which is to provide a high quality, premium music and video experience to as many people as possible in as many places as possible. On any television, on any computer, on any phone, on any connected digital platform, we want to provide the highest quality, premium music and video experience. So we do that today with our partner YouTube. So about 70% of music videos worldwide are consumed and discovered.
He say like his partner YouTube, but I mean, Vevo was actually the YouTube. I mean, Vevo only exists because of YouTube. It wasn't like a partner. It's just a channel inside of YouTube. I mean, this doesn't make... Vevo actually depends on YouTube to exist. It's not like the partner. I mean, they can be okay, they can be partners, but Vevo depends on YouTube.
Viewed through YouTube. So what Vevo does is provide that experience inside of YouTube.
Yeah, right now I'm thinking like nobody ever needed Vevo. The artist could just put the videos on his official channel. I don't know why an artist should have a Vevo account. I mean, I always wanted a Vevo account, but right now, on 2024, it doesn't seem that it makes sense.
world's largest music companies.
The issue though was that YouTube was only monetizing like 3% of their videos at the time, while platforms like Hulu had ads on all of their stuff. But YouTube had been working with these record labels and wanted to keep music videos on their platform because that was one of their biggest sources of views. So YouTube and Vevo came to an agreement. Universal and eventually some of the other labels I mentioned would put their music videos on YouTube and Vevo would distribute them. Google hosted them on YouTube and Vevo's website as well. Vevo was also in charge of selling ads to advertisers. Most ads on YouTube videos, like the one you're watching right now, are sold programmatically, where advertisers bid on a certain type of customer demographic, like specifically targeting which country they are from or what age group they belong to. This is very common, I'm sure most of you understand that, but Vevo instead would sell specific slots to advertisers, which makes a bit more sense because you can imagine that appearing in front of a Drake video is likely going to get you more attention than throwing your ad on a Matty Balls video, for example. It's kind of like how advertisers...
I mean, it's a good idea, but right now, I can just run ads using Google Ads on any channel that I want and any video that I want. So right now, I'm seeing like the business model of Vevo is not very good.
Kill to be in the Super Bowl. I'm sure they've had quite a few bidding wars over Taylor Swift's music videos. Not because they're good, but because she gets a lot of views. Also on long videos like interviews and things like that, they can sell slots for ads during the video as well. This way Vevo is able to make quite a bit more money from YouTube ads than your everyday YouTuber. So with all of that sorted out, Vevo got like $300 million in investment money and they were preparing to launch. They acquired some other labels as distribution partners, furthering the music video monopoly, and then they were ready to launch. Vevo launched on December 8th of 2009 with 30,000 videos on their website from huge artists like Eminem, Lil Wayne, Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Kesha, Miley Cyrus, and many more. The website...
Yeah, and I mean, the Vevo account is still on, right? We can search right here. Eminem, Vevo. Yeah, we still have the Eminem Vevo right here. And we have Eminem Music, which is the official Eminem channel. We can't subscribe to Eminem Vevo, so this is interesting. Yeah, we can't even subscribe to the Eminem Vevo, but I mean, it have videos like 8 days, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and it seems, let me go back to the Eminem Music. It seems that the same videos that we have on Eminem Music, it have too on Vevo. Yeah, I mean, I watched this new Eminem video a month ago on Eminem Music, but right here is watching as I already saw the video, and on Vevo it appears too. So it seems that the Vevo accounts remains connected to the artist's official account, but it's not actually the same content because right here we have some videos, but on Eminem Music we have some videos that don't are actually on the Vevo, right? Those videos right here, the death of Slim Shady, these that are only the audio, right? A picture with audio, these are not on Vevo. So it seems that the Vevo only appear the music videos or lyric videos, but those videos that are just audio, it doesn't go to the Vevo account. So those songs right here, those videos that we have on the official channel of the artist, those we won't find on Vevo. On Vevo we're only going to see, we are only going to see lyric videos and music videos. I mean, we do have one right here which is just audio, so right now I think they are kind of confused what they are going to do with Vevo. It doesn't make sense.
They actually crashed on launch and in the first month got over 35 million views. Apparently they had already surpassed other websites like AOL Music, MySpace Music, MTV, Warner Music, and more. I was 7 when all of this was going down, so hearing about MySpace Music is new to me and pretty interesting.
I used to use MySpace a lot. You say that you were what?
Warner Music and more. I was 7 when all of this was going down, so...
You was 7? I mean, in 2009, I was actually 16 years. And yeah, I used to use MySpace a lot. I used to always post all my songs on MySpace, and it was the main channel to actually promote my songs. So this is crazy, dude. I'm super old. This guy was 7 in 2009.
On launch, and in the first month got over 35 million views. Apparently they had already surpassed other websites like AOL Music, MySpace Music, MTV, Warner Music, and more. I was 7 when all of this was going down, so hearing about MySpace Music is new to me and pretty interesting. Regardless, Vevo was going crazy, launching in different markets internationally like European countries, Mexico, and more. They even got the other big 3 record label, Warner, to sign with them as a content distribution partner. And they were also distributing videos on MTV.com, which was a whole lot cooler back then. At this time, Vevo was getting most of its views, 80% to be exact, from YouTube. Because Vevo was
Vevo was all about YouTube. It's like no separate thing.
Conglomerate of pretty much every big record label and small one, and they distributed these videos to YouTube. That's why every artist had their own Vevo page, like Eminem Vevo or Rihanna Vevo. That's also why pretty much every music video in the early 2010s and even up until this day have Vevo in the bottom left corner, or right, I can't remember. But that still leaves us with one question. What happened to Vevo, and why did I say they failed earlier? Well, they had a problem. Vevo wasn't making that much money as an actual company. Most of the money was going to YouTube and then to the record labels.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. YouTube doesn't actually need Vevo because Vevo is only showing music videos that are actually from record labels, and the record labels, they could just go to YouTube. They don't need actually Vevo. I mean, it's the weaker part. Nobody here actually needs Vevo.
Vevo to pick up the scraps. Apparently, Vevo was also very expensive to run because of everything I mentioned, so pretty early on into the company's life, they tried to find a buyer for $1 billion, which didn't really work out. So Vevo had to come up with some other ways to make money. First, they started making other types of content on YouTube and their own website, like interviews, live stream concerts, and things along those lines, although that content was never super successful.
I actually think that the Vevo guys, they are super smart because even the record labels or YouTube didn't need it, so they actually make money. And yeah, I actually think that this was smart from the Vevo part.
Then they released an app to watch music videos on your phone, and when it first launched, it was actually very successful. By early 2011, they were bigger than Facebook and right behind YouTube for video viewed content. By the end of 2011, Vevo was getting over 3.7 billion views a month. They had over 13 million downloads of their app, and they had made over 150 bucks, and they had made over $150 million in revenue. But like I said, most of this money was going to YouTube and the labels, not to Vevo. And because they didn't want to rely so much on YouTube, they tried to diversify. They created something called Vevo TV that was supposed to be like Hulu, and they were also on apps like Roku, Apple TV, and more. It's likely that they were eventually plotting to become something like Hulu for music videos, where they wanted people to pay a monthly subscription to watch these music.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, Vevo could actually be the first Spotify. I mean, if Vevo actually had the idea of streaming audio instead of just making music videos and just created a streaming app that you could pay to actually listen to any music anywhere you want, they could be the Spotify of today, right?
Videos.
And so we think there's that one of the important things, and you hear this throughout the industry, that the move towards subscription, a more premium product, that's something we're very interested in and very much working towards.
That's a subscription service, or does the whole thing go behind a paywall? Do I have to pay to watch Katy Perry?
No, we believe in a dual revenue stream.
This was a rumor for a while, but after consumers have had music videos for free for so long, it's very unlikely that would have ever happened. Regardless, for a while, like I just said, their diversification was working, but it didn't last long, because in 2018, everything came crashing down for Vevo. Vevo had a few controversies that really hurt the company, and I'm not talking about the time some executives were ironically caught watching pirated content, or when they were trying to work with Facebook to get people's info for targeted videos. The main issue they had was in 2018, when they found themselves in the crosshairs of some hackers from the group Rmine. First, the hackers got into Vevo's servers and released 3 terabytes of their documents and videos. Then they got hacked again. This time, 2 hackers named Karoy SH and ProSox got into Vevo's YouTube channel. When they got in, they deleted Despacito, which was the most viewed Vevo video on YouTube, and they also renamed a ton of the videos as well, changed some thumbnails, and apparently this was some sort of pro-Palestine protest.
I'm hearing this for the first time. I didn't even know that this happened.
I'm not sure how much these hacks really affected Vevo, but
I don't think it affected at all. I don't even knew about it.
was like everything started crumbling after this happened. The CEO stepped down, a bunch of important executives left, and they had to lay off dozens of employees. At the same time, Vevo was really struggling to compete with YouTube. It seemed like them putting their content
I think the idea was, the Vevo was really smart to actually sell the idea. They sold the idea to YouTube and the record labels that they actually need Vevo. But then after some time, YouTube and the record labels, they realized we don't need Vevo for nothing, so that's why Vevo failed. This is my opinion.
Other websites or making their own website was a way to distance themselves from YouTube, so that way they didn't have to pay all of their revenue to YouTube. But that clearly didn't work, as YouTube is still the #1 site when it comes to watching music videos. Plus, the same year, YouTube just launched YouTube Music, so Vevo never became the Hulu or the Netflix of music videos. Instead, Vevo decided to wave the white flag. Vevo decided to shut down all of their other operations and just merge with YouTube to become a regular distributor.
Yeah, I didn't even realize this until now. We can't subscribe to any Vevo account, as I show on this video. This is crazy, and the Vevo accounts of every artist is connected to the real artist, like the official channel of the artist.
YouTube merged the Vevo accounts with the artist's official accounts to consolidate everything. So if you were subscribed to a Vevo account, your subscription would be switched over to the official artist account. YouTube said,
yeah, this is crazy.
Vevo's reach in business can continue to grow on YouTube as a direct result of simplifying the user experience through consolidation of an entire artist catalog into one channel, where Vevo videos are featured prominently. So basically, like,
they actually didn't want to delete the Vevo channels, so they just leave Vevo out there.
Gario, YouTube just ate up Vevo. This is probably why it feels like you don't see the Vevo branding as much. I mean, we're all probably used to seeing the Vevo logo in videos, so we don't notice it very often, but it is still there. It's just that the channels don't have Vevo in their name anymore. And Vevo is still pretty successful after the merge with YouTube, as they have over 500,000 music videos that get over 26 billion views a month.
Yeah, they were smart.
You can still go to Vevo's website and check out their content and their artists, but it always redirects you to YouTube. They also still host their videos on Pluto TV and Roku, but let's be honest, no one's going there to watch music videos. Like Medium.com said, without assassinating YouTube, there really wasn't enough room for both of them to coexist. The consumer isn't ever going to go to a second location for the same product they can get at the first. So just because it looks like they aren't there, Vevo is still there operating in the shadows. However, their plans to take over the internet as the go-to music video service failed. Like Jordan Fraser said, Vevo isn't dead, it has regressed to the bottom of the video screen. It exists today as branding you'll continue to see on most music videos. It also exists as a reminder that the entire music industry is run by only a few people in expensive suits. If you like this video, you may like my video about
this is crazy. I like Vevo. I wanted to have a Vevo account. And if you are an artist, a beat maker or music producer, I have my own sample pack. It's a vocal sample pack, so if you're interested, you can check it out on the description. And I have too a beat making course, a music production course that you can check it out on the description too.